Part 1: The Art of Appreciating Life. The gift of listening. Listening with your full attention is a gift you give to those around you, from any numbers. There is a tree outside my window, and in the morning as I wake up and before getting out of bed, I would often lie still under my blanket and listen to the sound of the birds chirping in the trees as they do every morning when they greet the new day. From the different sounds they make, some whistling melodiously, some chattering as if gossiping, and one with a low, repetitive coo. I try to count how many types of birds there are and what sort of a conversation they are having with one another, how happy they sound, how full of life, and what a joy they are to listen to. As I too wake up to another day. And then my ears will detect other sounds that usually accompany in the morning hour. There is the gentle hum of the air conditioner in the room, and at a certain time, the splashing of the water fountain into the pond in the back garden as the gardener switches on the pump to aerate the water, no doubt to the delight of the dozen or so koi fishes residing in the small pool. Outside the gate, I can hear the morning activities of the neighborhood, the squeals and loud voice of children as they head for school, the bread seller passing by pushing his cart and advertising his ware with a high sing-song voice, the sound of the engines of motorbikes and cars as they pass the road in front of the house. Every now and then, rising from the front garden, are the sounds of meows coming from my fuzzy cats. Sometimes I wake up to a wet and windy weather outside. In this case, the sound of the rain beating against the bedroom window, and the wooden pans rattling in their frames in the wind would pierce through my ears, interrupting my dreams and making me alert even before I am ready to greet the day. And I imagine behind the closed blinds of the bedroom, some frightful creatures are trying to instantly get into the room through the windows. There is joy in breaking up one's ears and listening to the sounds around us. The world is full of them. Everything makes a sound, and each sound is unique in its own ways. Some are more pleasant than others. Others can be quite painful to the eardrums. Listening to the sounds, however, imagining the object that produce them, appreciating the texture and the volume the sound makes as it tickles and the inside of our ears, is something in which I find a curious delight. It is as if I am trying to capture a moment that is soon lost, a precious thing that too quickly slips from my grasp, as the day's activities will soon steal my attention. During this fleeting moment, however, I feel a sense of fulfillment that comes from making a real connection, not just with my surroundings, but also with myself, with the present, and with life itself. And yet, how many of us this day bother to really listen to anything, to appreciate the different sound around us, to be still and at one with them? How many of us turn our attention to the sound of the leaves rustling in the trees, the bird singing, a dog barking somewhere, a baby crying in the night, or perhaps the sound of traffic whizzing in the highway. Really listening without judging them as noises or things that annoy us, or even cease to be audible to us because we take them for granted. If anything, we live in and create of a world full of sound, not for us to listen to, but to provide a constant background noise to accompany our daily life. The way we switch on our television out of habit without bothering to watch it, as if silence is more painful to the ear than the meaningless noise emanating from the bright box in the corner of the room. We hear things we hear things without really listening to them, and this includes when other people speak to us. Often their words enter our ears only to disappear like water down the plug hole of a sink, leaving barely any impression. It is as if we are unable physically to open our ears and fully let in within the space in our head. The texture of their voice, the choice of their words, the nuance of the meaning, the emotion, and the desires that accompany them, and with them, a full comprehension and understanding of what is actually being communicated. Instead, we find ourselves lost in the noise in our own heads. Oh my god, that's true. As Instead, we find ourselves lost in the noise in our own heads, even as the words float about our ears. We are distracted by the plans we are making, by the anxiety about what others thinks of us, by the updates of and posting of strangers on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram that the wonderful life they seem to be having. We are led away by the frustration of an unanswered text and the stress of missing out of all the chat and gossip going on in virtual world. This is a shame because as we hang feverishly to our smartphone in our desperate desire to be constantly connected, we foolishly ignore a real and precious connection that we could be making, one, one with the world around us, and the feeling that we are really present in the world. Okay, more importantly, even as we connect with a world that exists in the palm of our hand, we are missing out on the real connection with another person sitting before us, a living being whose existence, if we bother to properly acknowledge by listening to them, can make us fully connected, not just with each other but with our own self. And by doing so, we miss out on one of life's greatest gifts, a gift you give to others and also to yourself, which is your presence. Okay. So that's all for today. I read this book from page 6 until 9. So the highlight is more importantly, even as we connect with a world that exists in the palm of our hand, we are missing out on the real connection with another person sitting before us, a living being whose existence, if we bother to properly acknowledge by listening to them, can make us fully connected, not just with each other, but with our own self. So I think this is the point.